Ladies and gentlemen, what I am bringing to us this morning is this week's Omenana Torah readings. By the way, we have a very important piece of information to convey to you. The gold and diamond keep stacking up. My latest research revealed, stunning even to me, that wherever you find the phrase or the term, to be exact, the term Torah in the Bible, interestingly, what the person, in this case, either God, Moses, or any of the prophets like Isaiah and Micah, what they stated was very close to the term Omenana. In other words, when you find Isaiah the prophet or Micah the prophet saying the Torah shall spring from Zion, what they said was very close to Omenana shall go out from Zion. But interpretations gave us Torah. I hope you know the difference between interpretations and translations. If we are to listen to Moses, listen to Isaiah, listen to Micah, what they stated was 100% or 90% Omenana. The ways, customs, practices you shall do in the land will from Zion permeate the whole world. This was what Isaiah and Micah were saying. But that aside, let's face the business of the day. The business of the day is the Torah readings for this week. It is chock-filled with information, discusses many things, including the laws of war, the division of the land, how the half-tribe of Manasseh and some of our brothers, our ancestors, decided to stay on the eastern banks of the river, and Moses was initially unhappy and said, no, you have to join your brother Israelites to conquer the land of Canaan, or to reconquer the land of Canaan, and they agreed that there was peace. But the biggest takeaway of the readings was the experience of the daughters of Zelophehad. It has a lesson for us today. Zelophehad died leaving behind only daughters. And the will of God for Israel was that every Israelite family must be represented in perpetuity. As if God knew that genocide, why am I even talking like this? God knew our history, knew everything that will happen to us. God knew that genocide will always talk this way. So God took measures to ensure that no name of America is cut off from Israel. But in this case, Zelophehad had only daughters, and daughters marry and leave the home. They don't carry on the family name. And they don't retain the inheritance too if they marry. Because remember, the land, Anna, is a core element of Israelite identity. That is why I tell my Jewish friends, the longer we ignore the Igbos, the longer the redemption, the more distant the redemption will be. Because the Igbos alone retain the culture on the land. You will find more Omenana, you will find more Torah, more of the culture of Omenana and Torah, more of the culture of Omenana and Torah in the land you call Igbo land and in the land you call the land of Israel. By the way, I must not be misunderstood. I am not saying that the Igbo land was the original homeland of the Israelites. The original homeland of the Israelites was the land of Israel. But Repeatedly over time, we lost that land, we lost that land, we lost that land. Over time, Israelites' material culture left the land. You know what invasions mean? Okay, I'll give you an idea of what happened. Imagine Nigerian occupation of Igbo land had lasted for 500 years. What will be left? I mean, after Biafra. So something happened to the land of Israel. While in the case of the Hebrews, Israelites have been in possession of the land non-stop for at least 1,300 years. The only major interruption was the few years of occupation after Biafra. But then the people were there. The Igbos were there practicing Omenana. So the land held the people together, but Zelophehad did not have sons who will stay on that portion of land that he got from our ancestors. The daughters therefore went to Moses and inquired of the law, and he delivered the law. One very, very important takeaway was that it was important that they married within their tribe, so that the land will remain in their tribe. I don't mean just the tribe of Israel, but I think they came from Manasseh, that they should marry Manasseh, from Manasseh. This has a lesson for us today. We are selling land. We are selling land. We should be careful. We should be careful. There are reasons why we should not sell land that we know. And there are reasons why we should not sell land that we do not know. As you know, I am coming back to this tradition after a very long period. So this has to be after this hiatus. So this has to be brief. I will not go into more details. In fact, I only came back to this tradition that I used to practice. I mean, discussing the Bible readings of the week, because some of our people have virtually restored my confidence in our people again. Some of them have received the prophet, cared for the prophet. One of them insisted that this should come back. And even though I've been through a lot, and I'm still going through a lot, you can see that I have aged. But when somebody who received the prophet says, do this, the prophet has also to know that somebody with vision spoke to him. That is why I'm back. And by God's grace, it's not going to stop again. Every week, expect the explanation of the Torah readings and the prophetic explanations for that week. It's not going to be missing again. Meanwhile, be sure you attend an OB or a synagogue tomorrow. I'm going to address the Jewish community soon. I'm going to tell the Jewish community, open the synagogues and beg Igbos to come in. Don't talk to them about confession. Don't mention confession. But wherever, America, UK, Australia, move around searching for the Igbos and asking them to come in. It's part of the solution. Shabbat Shalom.